So when you're here and you're talking to investors about your business, what's the biggest concern that they have right now?
Well, we have, what we started our business on was a contact software which helped automate the process when a customer has an accident. So between the body shop, the insurance carrier, the part suppliers, everybody, we automated that space. And over a decade, we took about 55-ish% market share of the world. And we became very successful. But our real aspiration, we're a very innovatively bent company, our real aspiration was to think about it like this. You have 52 to 54 transactions of your car life when you own a car. And so we want to be 20% or 80% of all the data and software associated to those 52 to 54 transactions. And so in order to do that, we don't do M&A at Solera, we do I&A, which is we invent and then we acquire. And because we want that historical data, which allows us to give you a better experience, and then we just keep integrating things. And as we had achieved...
You sort of related it to, before you got on air, the Amazon of cars. So
yeah.
It's like the one-stop shop for everything that you need when it comes to your car.
Right, and any participant, whether it be insurers, OEMs, even banks are more and more starting to come into the play because people expect their provider to know about them. And to understand them and to protect their identity and their security. And so the game is changing, and that's why I think you're going to see more LBO-related stuff if the management teams on those companies are innovative and they're focusing on not just thinking about the contact of software, but the content of it.
Because you felt that as a public company, you weren't getting credit for that transition, and that's part of why you went the LBO route.
Right, yeah, so if you read the transcripts, you know, a year before, I had said to the public markets, look, you know, we're doing the right thing. We invested in this. This is the future. You have to have content, and you have to bring all these things to bear, and you got to connect all this because the app war is coming. And, you know, we've been on the forefront of things like this before. So as we were investing that capital, we weren't getting the same equal return to the invested capital. Now, Solera is a very, you know, profitable company and knows how to distribute product globally. And so as the yield was becoming negative, really the opportunity to protect my shareholders at that point was you know, to talk to private equity, which understands that from a longer-term perspective. You know, you know, to me, guys like me, even private equity is still short-term, but you know, it was a better choice.
So it was hard to sell that story to investors. You had a better way of selling the story to private equity. What's it like to sell this story now to like investors and credit guys?
Yeah, I mean, I think if you look at us, you know, we hit the wall, we opened the markets, you know, we're a profitable company, we had the right story, and, you know, our bonds have traded significantly up, and, you know, that just kind of helped the market. And I think as that happens, you know, the story is easier. I honestly believe some of the guys don't entirely understand some of these transition stories in tech. But if the market's good and if, you know, the trajectory's good, they do a few customer checks and they just kind of buy.
Well, what other companies do you feel like are doing on the same kind of transition that Solera was?
Yeah, so I think companies that are trying to make the shift to content-rich environment is actually Microsoft's trying to make a run at it. I think Dell's trying to make a run at it. Oh. I think innovation is the biggest problem with the bigger companies. They're really not set up to innovate, and so, you know, Solera is. It's a very innovative culture, and, you know, we've got good momentum in it, but I think that's where you see companies like that. But it's going to happen at, you know, even at the industrial level, because you're going to have content for your customers at every level, and it's even going to have to be about the product you don't provide them.